Nikola Stock has been on a wild and crazy ride. It all started last week when General Motors came out and said that they were taking a $2 billion or 11% stake in the EV car manufacturer. That sent the stock skyrocketing higher, and it went up over 50% in just one single trading day. But the crazy ride wasn't over yet. Just a few days later, Hindenburg Research, a big short seller, came out and said that Nikola was just basically a big ball of lies, and then that the company was worth basically nothing. They claimed that they were taking a short position in the company and that its founder, Trevor Milton, was known for being a fraud and that the company was going to basically go to zero. This sent the stock dropping over the next couple days, and it gave back most of the move that it gained on the GM news. But the ride wasn't over yet. On Friday, Citron Research, another prominent short seller, came out and backed up Hindenburg's claims, saying that they also believed that Nikola is just a big fraud. What is going on here? The stock has sold off extremely hard over the last week, and it has given back every single thing it gained on the GM news plus some. So is this Nikola stock a buy at these levels? Is it really a fraud, and is this company going to go out of business? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. I'm going to be talking about where I think this company is headed, where I think the stock price is headed, and towards the end of the video, I'll be putting my own price target on Nikola stock. So stay tuned and let's get it. What's good, trader homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. We got a big video today. We're going to be talking about Nikola Stock, ticker NKLA. It has been on a crazy journey over the last couple days with big news coming out about GM, and then we had the short sellers coming into the stock saying that it's a fraud and that the founder Trevor is a big scam as well. So we're going to be breaking it all down in today's video. But before we get started, these videos take me quite a while to make. I love making them, but I put a ton of time and research and due diligence into these videos. So all I ask for is just an early like, and if at the end of the video you feel like it was useful and you got something from it, consider subscribing. All right, let's get right into this banger video we got on Nikola Stock. If we take a quick look at this chart here, we can see that Nikola has been selling off since merging with VTIQ. It made that huge move up after the merger, and then ever since it hit highs of almost $95 a share, it's been a steady grind lower. That's been caused by underperforming on their pre-orders and just kind of subsiding to the post-merger hype. So the this sell-off here has not been caused by any horrible news like fraud allegations or news of that sort. But we've had fraud allegations coming in heavy to the stock in the last week or so. So this move here up where we were trading at about $30, about $35 per share right there. And then GM came in right here and said, we're going to take a 10% plus stake in this Nikola, and we are going to be manufacturing the actual components for the Badger truck. And this sent the stock higher, up almost 50%, over $25 in just one day. So things were looking brighter for Nikola, a stock that had been beaten down from its highs in just a short time span. It jumped back up over $50 a share, and investors, everything was looking good. Investors were happy. GM, a big behemoth in the car manufacturing industry, coming into the stock, looked great. But then we had one day later, just one day of Nikola investors being able to relax and feel good about their company. And then we had Hindenburg Research come in, a big short seller right there, and say that Nikola's a fraud, the hydrogen technology is just straight baloney, and that this company is just a big scam. So that sent it selling off. It gave back almost 3/4 of the GM news, the GM move. And then the next day it sold off further. And then Friday we had Citron Research, another short seller come in, back up Hindenburg's claims, and say that Nikola is a scam. So is this stuff true? That's what we're going to be digesting and analyzing in today's video. This Nikola Badger is where everything starts. This is Nikola's common consumer truck that they are manufacturing to sell to your everyday consumer. And the specs are what got everybody riled up. The specs are really unmatched in the industry. It says that it has 900 horsepower, up to 600 miles of range, and 980 pounds of foot torque. And those specs are just astronomical, really good specs on the Nikola Badger. They also claim that they're using a hydrogen technology to charge the batteries, or to get the batteries going. And this hydrogen technology was a lot of the hype over Nikola. And that's what got investors very excited to buy this Nikola stock. And that's where the Hindenburg research comes into play. But let's first talk about GM and their investment in Nikola, because that's kind of going to set the stage for my opinion on this news and what I think about Nikola in the long-term future. General Motors is coming out and saying that they are going to get an 11%, $2 billion stake in Nikola in exchange for certain kind of contributions, aka they're going to be manufacturing the Nikola Badger. This is huge news because all of the Nikola haters, their big claim was that Nikola, and I was one of these haters, their big claim was that Nikola had no plans and no idea how they were actually going to get the Nikola Badger to be engineered. But when General Motors, a behemoth of the car manufacturing industry, who already has big factories and capabilities to get this truck done, comes in and says, we're going to take it over, we're taking this project over, and we're going to handle the manufacturing process, and we're going to get this Badger completed. That is absolutely huge news for this EV company, because it takes a lot of the stress off, a lot of the process of getting the car manufactured, getting the truck manufactured is done, because GM is going to take care of it. The next day, the very next day after General Motors came out and said that they're taking an 11% stake in Nikola, Hindenburg Research, a very well-known short-selling firm, came out and called Nikola a fraud. The title of the PR is How to Parlay an Ocean of Lies into a Partnership with the Largest Auto Manufacturer in America. So let's look at their claims and we'll dissect the claims one by one. First claim is, today we reveal why we believe Nikola is an intricate fraud built in dozens of lies over the course of its founder and executive chairman Trevor Milton's career. We'll take a look at Trevor Milton in a second. We have gathered extensive evidence, including recorded phone calls, text messages, private emails, and behind-the-scenes photographs detailing dozens of false statements by Nikola founder Trevor Milton. We have never seen this level of deception at a public company, especially of this size. Trevor has managed to parlay these false statements made over the course of a decade into a $20 billion publicly traded company. He has inked partnerships with some of the top auto companies in the world, all desperate to catch up with Tesla and harness the EV wave. So basically, what this report is saying, that Nikola is a fraud, that their founder, Trevor Milton, has just been spinning lies in order to harness some money, harness some power from the EV wave brought on by Tesla. And the report basically goes on to say that the hydrogen technology is a bunch of BS. So is this true? We're going to dive into that a little bit later. But does this really matter? We're also going to dive into that. So don't click off yet. There's much more to come. I got Trevor Milton, the Nikola founder's Wikipedia page pulled up here, and let's take a quick look at it, and that's going to give us a better idea of who this guy is, and is he really a fraud. Milton started out as he graduated college, and then he started an alarm sales company, and eventually he got bought out by his business partner for $300,000, though his former business partner claims he was led to believe the exit payment was going to be much smaller. That leads me to believe that Trevor and his business partner were kind of having problems. The business partner said, here, take this money and just get out. And then later the business partner is saying that maybe Trevor weaseled him for a little bit more money. Later, Milton launched an online classified ads website selling used cars. Eventually that website failed as well. Then he tried to launch a EV vehicle company called D-Hybrid. D-Hybrid really didn't work out, and he ended up selling the company. He did have a deal. However, with a company called Swift and D-Hybrid, Swift later said that he failed to deliver on his promises. So Trevor does have a track record kind of bending the truth and being a little bit of a shysty business practicing dude, right? He looks to be a little bit shysty. But in all honesty, I don't think this guy, Trevor Milton, the founder, being shysty, being a little bit scammy matters at all. And I don't think the Hindenburg research report matters at all. And let's talk about why I believe that is. I think the GM deal is absolutely historic and enormous for Nikola. I've been a Nikola bear for months and months. You guys have seen my videos where I say a lot of bad crap about Nikola. I do not like the company, but GM taking a stake in this company is huge. Do you not think that General Motors has lawyers, has investigators that did their due diligence on Nikola before they took a $2 billion, 11% stake in the company? I certainly believe they did. They know that they can get this Badger done. They know that they can get this EV truck manufactured. If they didn't believe that, they wouldn't have taken the stake. So, sure, the CEO Trevor Milton may be a big fraud. I absolutely believe that. I think the Hindenburg research report may be 100% factual. But in all honesty, I don't think it freaking matters because GM is a freaking beast and they're coming in and they're going to straighten the ship for this Nikola, and I believe that. And I think we may be able to get this Nikola at a very good deal because of these short sellers report. Sure, it may be true, but I don't think it matters. Let's take a look at a chart, and I'll tell you where I think this Nikola is headed. All right, I got the 1 year, 1 day chart pulled up here, and we can see that this thing really took a beating and has sold off since the short seller report came out. We got the 200 EMA coming in that should act as support at the $30 level. This thing certainly could continue to sell off, but if it does, I'm going to start buying because we're getting this thing at a major discount thanks to the short sellers. GM's coming in. I think they're going to right the ship. I think GM's going to come in, take over, and make this Badger truck happen. So I'm eager to start buying. If this thing starts selling off towards $25, $26, I'm going to start a position long in this Nikola. We're getting a major discount here, and I'm looking to hold, and I'm looking for news that GM's coming in, and they're going to right the ship, and I think this company has plenty of chance to get back to $50, $60 a share in the future. So if it continues to sell off, I'm going to take the opportunity to jump on board as a GM believer, more so than a Nikola believer, more so than a Trevor Milton believer, as I think the short sellers report are probably true, but in all honesty, I don't care because I think GM will fix the problem. So I think Nikola has a chance to get back to $50 a share. That's my price target within the next year. $50 is my price target. So there you go. That's my opinion on this Nikola. I hope you guys got something from the video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Drop.